Welcome to the Death to the Org Chart podcast with Jeffrey DeMure, your guide to entrepreneurial freedom. On today's episode, we will be looking at the purpose of the Q-Cubed Quad Mod. We recommend that you watch this episode since Jeff will be at the whiteboard. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy the conversation.
Today I get to talk about this thing that I created, this model called the Q-Cubed Quad Mod. And I'm going to sketch it out for you. It's pretty simple, but I think it's pretty revolutionary. It is a way to organize your business, your thoughts, and the things that you put into your entrepreneurial environment that will quickly help you assess the things that bring the most value, right? And categorize them in what I think is a pretty straightforward, commonsensical kind of way. So I'll start with first of all, the Q cubed, which is Q to the third. And the three things that go into the cubed in the Q cubed are quality people in your organization and that you work with, quality purpose, what's the essence of what you're trying to do within your business, what's the purpose for your business. Having a purpose platform is the foundation for all the things that'll happen in your organization. And then quality processes, having key performance indexes within your business that will allow you to quickly assess how you're doing and reevaluating, and just this continuing kind of feedback loop of what it means in order to be successful. It's a predetermined set of criteria. There's this 19th century economist that said, things that get measured improve. Things that get measured and reported improve exponentially. So in other words, you might be able to identify all these things, these processes that you have, but then being able to communicate it to the people that really matter, the other leaders in your organization, the managers, your board of directors, your banker, being able to communicate these things. This is what we tried to do, this is what we did, and we can show you, and this is what we will be doing next. So that represents some of the processes that go into your unique value proposition, your UVP for your business. So here we have the Q-Cubed Quad Mod. We have the two hemispheres, the front stage, and the backstage. We have marketing, design, production, and operations as the four quadrants. So you might be asking yourself, okay, I'm an entrepreneur. I have always been a production person. That's where I love, that's where I live, and that's where I like to focus my attention. One of the things that your organization relies on you for as leader, as an entrepreneur, is vision, right? Chances are you started your organization with this notion in mind. I want my organization to be this, right? And over time, that's evolved to the place where through our conversations, you've realized that your value proposition is a little bit different than you thought, that you're focusing more on the things that bring revenue to your organization because you've been asking the right questions to your clients. You've been eliminating the clients that don't work well, or that don't work well, right? You've developed what Joe Polish calls ELF relationships, relationships that are easy, lucrative, and fun. And you've eliminated a lot of what Joe calls the half relationships. Those that are hard, annoying, lame, and frustrating. You've eliminated those and you focused on the ELFs, right? And so let me give you a little side note. This is the value that is represented by focusing on ELFs. I call this the Jellyfish Model. So here we are in the ocean. We've got these jellyfish. Okay? Jellyfish have tentacles that reach down like this. So when you need new business, the time-honored way to do that is to go out there and try and find another jellyfish. Well, that's all well and good, and another jellyfish, right? The issue with that is that you need a whole new management team. You need a whole new delivery team, sales managers. You need people to be able to address these new jellyfish, these new clients, these new opportunities. The ELF model is such that it says, don't do that. Don't always focus on, as entrepreneurs, this is what we want to focus on. We want to focus on more market share, right? And being out there more with newer clients. And that's okay, but the balance needs to be struck, because the people that have given you your business throughout the years, these 1, 2, and 3, these first 1, 2, 3 clients, right? Your top clients, is that the best thing that you can do is to help them grow bigger. And then their tentacles get deeper, right? And you get more grounded with them. And so this is the jellyfish model. It's taking the existing clients that you have, the relationships that are easy, lucrative, and fun, and helping them be better at what they do, helping their businesses grow. And how do you do that? You do that because you're a leader with vision. You see things and you can bring things to them. I don't personally do it necessarily anymore, but I have a team of people that work with my organization that I live in a certain place and I help them go out there and do what they need to do. And where is that place? Jellyfish Model. I think that genius is overused, so I prefer brilliant. That would be okay. My superpower, as you can probably tell, is humility. So, where do you live as an entrepreneur? This is the magic cloud. This is that cumulonimbus cloud that exists above your organization, above the Q-cubed quad mod, right? This is where ideas come from. What are we going to do about this? I know what we're going to do about this. And so when you develop your ideas about how things should be, you infuse lightning bolts into your organization. And it's probably one of the most important places that you can be. The cornerstone during this post-pandemic period that we're going through is probably hope and vision. Those two things are fundamental to what you need to do as a leader in order to bring success to your organization. People are relying on you for vision and for hope. There's plenty of negative news. There's plenty of doom and gloom. There always has been, and there always will. When Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, do you know what the Boston newspaper's headline was that day? The light bulb was just invented, right? This was the headline. Devastating news today for the candle making industry. There's always going to be people out there that are looking for ways to take something that's wonderful and turn it into something that's not wonderful. That's just the world we live in, people. But as entrepreneurs, we're kind of filled with hope. If you're not, then you're selling yourself and you're selling your organization short. There's ways that you can do that. You can bring hope to, first of all, yourself by really understanding what it is that energizes you. I don't think that there has been a recession over the last 2 or 3 that hasn't had this one expansion of business as part of it, and that is health and wellness. So taking care of yourself, right, and seeing that your team takes care of themselves, that's probably the best place to start, is making sure that you're healthy. And you can look at, I mean, if you've tried to buy any exercise equipment in the last 6 months, I can tell you that you and I are not the only ones out there that are looking to improve our health and wellness profile. So that as being something that you've got to start with yourself, right? It's difficult to be what you need to with other people if you're not the best version of yourself that you can be. It means reading the right things. Success Magazine. How many people have experienced the Sunday night slump? It's Sunday night. I start work on Monday morning. I was thinking about this last night, getting ready to talk to you guys because today is Monday. I was probably a small kid, probably no more than 10 years old, And this whole thing about the Sunday night slump started with me. It's Monday, it's a new week. I couldn't sleep on Sunday nights. And this continued for years until I got to the point where I was in business, and then I just started taking Mondays off. It kind of solved that problem. But it's a real thing. And Success Magazine has this Sunday night sort of, what do they call it?
Sunday Stories.
Sunday Stories, where they inspire and encourage on Sunday nights because they've recognized this phenomenon too. So Success Magazine, there's other publications that are out there, and their goal is not to bring forth negative news. Their goal is to say these are some of the phenomena that are happening in business. You can set up your news feed very, very easily to select the kind of stories that you want to focus on, right? So instead of looking at the stock market on a regular basis 3 times a day and believing that that's reality for your business, it's not. If you're a small business doing less than $10 million a year, guess what? You represent over 60% of the gross domestic product in the United States. You're a hero. This country needs you. We want you. We want you to be successful. So being the best version of yourself that you can be, that's where you need to start. That's how you begin to energize what goes into the things that you need to do for the Q-Cube Quad Mile.
Thank you for joining us for the Death to the Org Chart podcast with Jeffrey DeMure. Be sure to subscribe on Facebook, iTunes, YouTube, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. To get more information about Jeff or to order your copy of the book, Death to the Org Chart, go to dttoc.com. Go create the freedom you were meant for.